Hi, it's Alexis Hasselberger, time management and productivity coach. Today, I want to talk about MVPs. Nope, I'm not talking about sports. We have not changed the goal of this channel. I'm talking about a different kind of MVP, not a most valuable player. I am talking about an MVP that is a minimum viable product. So, what does this mean? Now, if you are in the tech world or the startup world, you know exactly what this means. But if you are not, here's what it means. An MVP is that kind of first product that you're getting out there that has just enough features to be able to get you to where you need to go, to be able to get you some users who are going to be able to give you testing and give you feedback so that you can continue to iterate on your product. It is not something that's not good for people, right? But it is something that is good enough. It is good enough to get out there, to get us started, to move forward. Now, if you are a perfectionist, as a lot of people that I work with are, then this is a concept that might be a little scary, right? Because if you're a perfectionist, you're shooting for perfection. But perfection, remember, it is not possible. And so I would love for you to try taking this concept of an MVP and bringing it into your work, bringing it into your life to see if it can help you move forward on things, to put things out there in maybe a way that you might not have felt comfortable doing so before. Now, you might not still feel comfortable with this. That's okay. You know, my favorite cheesy quote is there's no growth in the comfort zone. But if you find yourself really struggling to bring things to a close because you're trying to get them perfect, try shooting for an MVP instead. Now, I want to give you a little example of this that might bring it home and make it feel like something maybe you could do. So I had a client I was working with. He was a recently divorced dad, and he wanted to throw a birthday party for his son. This was really important to him, but he was procrastinating on it, and it was getting like pretty close to the birthday date. Now, he wanted this party to be perfect. You know, he was worried about the food, about the decorations, about the invites, like about the games. He was worried about all the things, right? He wanted it to be really fun for his kid. It was the first party that he was throwing. And so he just wasn't doing it. It was getting closer and closer to the date because there was just all this stuff and it felt hard and he wanted to be perfect, et cetera. And so we talked about this concept of an MVP. And I said, you know, what does your son care about, right? Does your son care about the decorations? Does he care about the invites? Does he care about, you know, all of this other stuff? And he was like, well, no. I mean, I think he would be happy if we just kind of had a pizza party with his friends, had a few friends over that played video games. And I said, okay, well, let's try shooting for that and see what happens. And so in the end, he threw a small party for his kid that his kid really enjoyed. Did they send out, you know, fancy invitations? Nope, just an email to a few other parents. Did they get decorations? Nope, no one cared. What about the food? Yep, they ordered pizza just like his son wanted. And they played video games in the house because that's what his son wanted. This was an MVP, and it was something that worked well for everyone. Now, of course, maybe his son has a little feedback for him. Maybe next year's party, he wants to be a little bit different. Maybe he does want it to be a little more elaborate, but maybe he doesn't, right? And so I share with this example because I think there are so many areas of our lives where we are just shooting for something that doesn't really matter that much, or we might not even know what that person wants or what the next iteration looks like. So if you're someone who struggles with perfectionism, try to see if you could approach an MVP style of working to your next project, just as an experiment, just to see if it might work for you, right? We're not saying change everything. We're just saying like, try this, like pick one thing that you're about to do and see what could be the MVP. How can I define what would be that minimal viable product for me to get it out the door? Now, if you like this concept, if you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe.
Hey ya, video editor here. Just want to quickly say that only 11% of you guys are actually subscribed. So, do us a favor and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000.